We've all changed jobs at some point. It can be a terrifying process for a lot of people. Being part of the engineering team at Candidate Labs, you play a large piece in helping connect all of these dots and deliver technology that our recruiters end up using to help find someone their dream job. And just know that you played a really key part of potentially changing someone's life.
The old way of recruiting has constantly been a churn. You have to work harder than the person next to you in order to get the job done better. With Candidate Labs, that actually gets flipped on its head.
What's really exciting about being an engineer at Candidate Labs is that we have a truly unique opportunity to go into an industry that has historically not had a lot of technology behind it.
I think in the recruiting space, the only way that you can deliver a radically better experience is to really tightly align people, process, and technology.
At its heart, Candidate Labs is a data-centric company. We take a lot of data about people and a lot of data about jobs in the US, and we try and make matches between them.
When we're looking at candidates, we try not to think of candidates as a ranked list of top to bottom. We look at many dimensions that they could offer clients. And then we also take what the clients care about most. And so for each quality, we actually quickly build a model. We test it out by running terabytes of data through these models, but we value getting it into our hands of our recruiters quickly, understanding how much value that adds. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does, but we'll take the winners and start doubling down our efforts.
We bring data on candidates, on companies, on universities, and on investors, and we try to build a mathematical representation on top of that, which help us figure out how companies could be related and how the job titles are related without having to take strict interpretation. We are laser focused on making the recruiters the most efficient at their jobs. We use algorithms commonly found in search engines, natural language processing, and the knowledge graph.
When I first saw the tech, my jaw hit the floor. I was blown away.
I remember that as soon as the screen share was over, I was left sitting there at my computer just smiling at my screen.
We have some of the best recruiters in the country. What separates us is that on top of the good recruiters, we're built like a technology company with all of the different functions. We have marketing, we have development, we have engineering. We have access to technology that no one else has. We're built by repeat entrepreneurs and we're venture capital backed.
Our technology enables each search professional on the team to start every search with the entire universe of candidates in mind, quickly narrow it down to a set of candidates that are going to be a strong bi-directional fit, and then really spend more time with each candidate that they're engaging with.
It really helps me find those candidates that my clients describe as their unicorn in a matter of seconds.
For a really difficult search, I might have to reach out to 30 or 40 candidates, be able to submit 5 or 6 at a perfect bullseye and close down a search within a couple weeks. Whereas in the past, that might have taken months to kind of run that search all the way through.
When recruiters feel those wins, that's really motivating to engineers because we're motivated by supercharging what they do. And so when they have great outcomes, it creates an environment where we want to build something more valuable than the last thing we just built.
We're building a software that people are using on a daily basis. It's so tight-knit that we get instant feedback and we're able to iterate quickly and build quickly because of that.
We take an approach where we think about it as 1% better every day. And so every day we're trying to solve real problems, apply a data science-oriented mindset, and create unlocks over time.
For me, Candidate Labs is the most user-centric engineering organization I've been a part of. We have high user empathy from data science all the way to front-end engineering.
What's super unique here is just the fact that the feedback is tight, the loop is tight, and we can get that feedback instantly. And from a recruiter's standpoint, seeing the product, many times we've heard, hey, I mentioned this yesterday and it's been turned around in 24 hours.
In other companies, we weren't able to have a lot of input on a lot of our users. Here, it's a close-knit team where we're working with the CEO, we're working with the COO, we're working with all the engineers and also the recruiters meant to build an incredible product.
We made a very deliberate strategy not to start a software company, but the software that we built is materially more powerful than what I've seen from a lot of other HR tech platforms. Instead, we put the power tools in our recruiters' hands to really deliver what clients want the most, which is impact.
The ugly truth about most SaaS companies in the recruiting space is, yeah, they have 90% gross margin products, but all of their revenue is going towards sales, marketing, and customer success. And the amount of investment that they're actually making into technology is relatively limited.
Every single task that we do on engineering side or data science side is very intimately attached to business. So you are never gonna be handed just a metric to achieve or just a parcel of work to do. It will be a very clear business advantage.
That's the amazing thing about Candidate Labs, is that as soon as you've tackled the first problem and you've seen it sort of making positive gains, there's like a million different things that you can do that are also equally interesting.
We work very fast and we fail fast. I believe that's a great model because we actually see what we're building and we test. We improve almost every single week, and that's how fast we move. And I do think in other companies, man, you don't see products actually being built for maybe months.
The engineering team is sort of outpacing product. We're cranking out a bunch of stories and accomplishing a bunch of surface area across the product. We've done a lot with the internal product. We're also starting to scratch the surface of the employer side of the business as well as the candidate side of the business.
Here we're really dynamic, and I get to actually experience a very large range of different framework and technologies, which is really cool.
We're a Node.js shop. We work with React on the front end. I would say at Candidate Labs, we're avid JavaScript fans as well as Python on the back end. And our data stack is really just more data than I've ever worked with. Yeah.
Our data science team is mostly PhDs, which are not afraid to apply any models that required to extract insight from our data.
Before I joined Candidate Labs, I was actually a researcher at Stanford, and my research area is quantum mechanics. I was there because I liked the intellectual challenge over there. When I was looking for a job in the industry, there are many different opportunities, but what really caught me from Candidate Labs is that it actually does offer a almost similar level of intellectual challenge as in the research environment, which is really rare in the industry. In most cases, you don't really actually get to challenge your thinking. You are handing down the job, you're fulfilling a requirement. But here, it's called labs for good reason. We actually do look into things. We have critical thinking from all members of the team. Really like lab.
The engineering team that I work with are the most high caliber engineers that I've ever had the pleasure of working with.
Every engineer and every data scientist that I can say for pretty high confidence are extremely brilliant people. The efficiency is basically not like anywhere I've seen before.
The engineering and product team is bringing machine learning models into production. I'm watching it improve on a daily basis. I'm watching the results get better and better, and I hear it from the team all the time.
We've been able to pass hurdles far faster than what most agencies can because we're combining this technology with a force of recruiters that is incredible.
What's really exciting about Candidate Labs to me is seeing clients come back time and time again, asking for the same level of service that they've heard about, and then having the team and technology and processes in place to actually be able to deliver on that.
In working with clients, the feedback we get from them all the time is, where are you finding these candidates? And what are you guys doing here? Because I want to speak with all of them.
Since we launched the company just 12 months ago, we've grown revenue to over $7 million a year and are growing revenue now at over $1 million a month.
Candidate Lab, it's very mature for the amount of time it has been in existence. As it's kind of like you get all of the upside of a startup, yet you're grounded on very strong processes, you're grounded on a great culture.
It couldn't be a better time to join, especially with the growth that we've had and kind of where we see ourselves in the next 6 months, 9 months, and a year. It really is kind of a unique time that you read about every so often, and we're kind of living it right now.
I said this is my chance to jump on board of a rocket ship company that we talk about in the Bay Area, and it's been special.
If you're an engineer and you're excited to work at the intersection of candidates, employers, recruiters, and opportunity, we'd love to meet you.